Hello, it is a whopping 75 degrees and it is 12:20. I just finished the Rick Charger Mopar live orama. Wow, it went on for 5 hours and 20 minutes. It was long. He talked about everything. The majority of the talk was the Carrie Saga Homestead How, which is still going on. I told him on his live that he needs to do a pay-per-view because they would make some serious money. So if you want to check out all of the tea spilling, by all means, check out his channel and his live that he'll be posting the replay, of course. I had to laugh because he said at the end that Old Guy Carnivore does an hour and a half every day, and Rick does a 5 hour every week. So it's all the same in the wash, right? It all equals out. So today, what did I do today besides Rick's video? I washed dishes. Not a shock there. I made the bed, which isn't really a big deal. I didn't change the bed sheets. Obviously, the 3 S's. Oh yeah, that's right. I made a meatloaf that I will be showing later in the video, and it's a true BBB&E meatloaf. But you'll have to see that later. Oh yeah, I ate during the live because, number one, I had what was left of my BBB&E stew that I made earlier in the week, and that's finally gone now. A little goes a long way. It's quite satiating. So yeah, I had stew for breakfast. It was very good. Oh yeah, and I talked to Cindy DeManch as she was heading to Ohio for the meetup. So yeah, it was a fantastic morning thus far. So I am going to, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Probably clean my counter area. I have to go through some emails. I have to do YouTubing stuff that you guys typically don't see behind the scenes for my account, and just general YouTubey kind of cleanup things. And the husband said he's not hungry, so I don't have to cook for him. So there's a win right there. All right, catch you later. Okay, what you all see here is the start of a beef butter, bacon, and egg meatloaf. So everybody knows how to make meatloaf. I'm not going to teach you. It is beef, bacon, butter, and eggs in this meatloaf. I want to talk about this, the bacon weave. More importantly, the way I put bacon in the refrigerator, in the oven, in the air fryer when I cook it. I do not put it the way you get it in the package. I do not lay it this way all the way on a rack. I do it with even disbursement, the meat and the fat, different ways. So the meaty side, the fatty side, the meaty side, the fatty side, meaty side, fatty side. Some people fold it in half. Last week I folded a piece of bacon in thirds, which was even more delicious. But the meat loaf is going to go onto a meat weave, which is alternating meat, fat, opposites. Okay, so here is the complete weave on the stainless steel where the meatloaf loaf is going to go on. Bear in mind over here it's higher because that's where I'm going to start. And like with my sushi roll from earlier this week, I'm going to lay the meatloaf there and roll it tighter and tighter and tighter and put it in the middle of the pan. So let me proceed. For obvious reasons, you must understand that I am washing my hands a lot making this video because I'm dealing with raw meat and I'm rolling and I'm going step by step. So note where I started, and now I'll be rolling it over and over and over, tightening it as I go to the other end. So here goes. And here is how I started the side. Let me bring it around and show you. I stretched it when I brought the bacon up and around for the first time, stretching it to keep the weave and lightly pressing it in. So I'm going to continue stretching and rolling, stretching and rolling. Stretch and roll, tighter and tighter. Perfect meat to fat ratio in the weave is essential for shrinking and crisping. Roll some more, tighten some more. Rolling and tightening method almost complete with the roll. Notice how I brought it towards me as I squeezed and I rolled and I stretched. So we're almost there. One more. The rolling and tucking is complete and I have it on the diagonal for a reason for the next step. See the side here? I should lift it up. There we go. There's that side. Here's the other side, which is still showing some meat. So now comes the next step. Yes, this is a close-up for a reason. Do you see the meat peeking out in a couple of spots? It's going to happen. It will. The reason I'm so close is to show you that maybe you're thinking Jerry's going to tie it up with some twine or some toothpicks, but again, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, it's going to shrink. It's just part of the process with the fat. This is how I secure the ends. I secure the ends with aluminum foil balls in the corner, hence putting the meat loaf on an angle. Now, as it shrinks, these balls will be replaced by larger balls to ensure that the bacon stays nice and tight at the end. So now it's time for the oven. I was roasting this last bone for the bone broth, and as I was roasting it at 400 degrees, look at all the beef tallow and the fat that it produced. So now the oven is preheated for the meatloaf to go into, but I'm going to lower the temperature from 400 degrees to 325, low and slow. And voila, this is the masterpiece. 325 degree oven, low and slow, 1.5 hours. And we'll take out the side over here, and you can see, back off a little bit, it all held together very tightly. Of course there's going to be leakage in there, of course there is. And like we know, all the ingredients in here is beef, eggs, and bacon. That's what's in here. And if you're going to ask me, Jerry, where's the butter? I should turn it around a little bit better. Better. There we go. Jerry, where's the butter? Well, it's too hot to put butter on right now, and I wouldn't dare cut into this masterpiece and mess up the juices. So what I'm going to do is keep this to gradually cool and enjoy it later with some butter. So I will have you around when I take the first bite. But until then, beef, butter, bacon, and egg meatloaf. Is it possible? Absolutely. Greetings. Let me show you yet another recipe for the beef, butter, bacon, and egg BBB&E. But this time, it's coffee. Is it possible to use beef, butter, bacon, and eggs in coffee? Absolutely. Who are you dealing with? This is Jerry, former caterer, now carnivore, soon to be going into a new month, new adventures. Will I stay with BBB&E or will I change? I don't know. You'll have to find out. Watch my journey. Find out and see. Let's talk about today's beef, butter, bacon, and egg recipe. Why don't we? First, let's take a look at what it looks like. It looks as though it's Keto Chow, but it's not. It looks like it's thick. It's very creamy. There's no cream in here. This is the shaker bottle that I used, but let me show you how I start with the coffee. And a lot of people know me as kind of being a cheapskate, so use my tip if you want to stretch your coffee. I use this Pacific Bold by Kirkland. It's an organic coffee pod. I put it into the Ninja coffee maker. First, 12 ounces, hit the button. 12 ounces gets poured into the shaker bottle. Then I hit the specialty button another time while the pod is still in the machine for 4 ounces. Let that go through. Then I have my coffee mixture. To that, I put it into the Vitamix container along with a teaspoon of the beef gelatin powder. This is the kind that I used. Beef, see what I mean? Beef. Then, let's talk eggs. I'll put that onto the blender, give it a whir, let it stir and combine with the gelatin. While that's stirring, I will add 1 egg yolk. Put the lid on the Vitamix and whip it good. It's going to be very frothy and it will be voluminous because you're whipping air into it. I will then pour all of that into here. Let it get to room temperature. So I'll put the lid on it and just let it sit and get to room temperature. When it gets to room temperature and it's cool, I will open it up and add 1 scoop of the beef core colostrum into the mix. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Put that into the shaker bottle. If you want to, you can put it through the Vitamix again and then pour it back in there. This is what I did this morning. I just put a scoop in there, put the lid back on, gave it a good shake, and put it in the refrigerator to make it the chilled drink that it is right now. So what I have here is the iced in a straw container. Shake it up. Shake it up. Put down what that song is down below. If you know the song, shake it up. Pour it over some ice. Look how thick and luscious it looks. It looks like there's chocolate. There's no chocolate in here. There's zero sugar. It is a delicious, creamy drink. And like I said, I limit myself to one coffee experience a day. Sometimes it's hot. In this case, sometimes it's not. This is an iced coffee. It's delicious. It coats your mouth with all the flavors. I taste everything. First, obviously, the coffee gets you. And then you get the creaminess from the beef colostrum, and you feel the sensation of the thickness because you added beef gelatin into your coffee experience. Beef, butter, bacon, and egg coffee? Can it be done? Why can't it be done? Give it a try. You will love it. I love this. I will catch you later for dinner. Well, it's nearing my dinner time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because this week I have chosen to do beef, butter, bacon, and egg, n equals 1 experiment, and stop eating by 3 o'clock. So this is my last meal of the day at 2 in the afternoon. And let's for a moment look at this lovely meatloaf once again. This is all set, ready to be cut into. Perfectly set, perfectly brown, perfectly done on the inside. We'll start with the end cap, of course. Cut into it. We all know how to make meatloaf. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I got the beef. Beef is in here. It is a pound, in this case, a pound of ground beef. That's what it looks like. A pound of ground beef. A 12-ounce package of bacon. That's beef, bacon. Eggs were in the ground beef. So I stirred that together. I added Redmond's real salt. I didn't add any pepper to it. And the butter is, well, isn't it obvious? I have a butter knife here. I have butter. There's the butter. Beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. Do you know, I am shocked that no one in my group had came up with a recipe for BBB&E meatloaf. If y'all did and I didn't see it, I apologize, but this is the bite. The smokiness of the bacon and the saltiness is there. I'm glad that I only used a teaspoon of salt, seeing as though the bacon on the outside, this particular bacon that comes from Quick Trip, in my opinion, is salty. And I'm glad I didn't put any more than a teaspoon of salt into this. And I did use 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, just to make it more rich, more unctuous. No, I did not use pork rinds in it. One of my team members is eating pork rinds this month, and that's okay. Like I say to people, you do you. Remember this week or this month when I made my BBB&E pizza? and I used ground pork and ground beef in that recipe. Keto police. Woo, 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 woo. The end piece is the best. Listen, I like creating a lot of recipes, and just the fact that something as simple as a meatloaf can be discounted and not realize that you can't eat a meatloaf on BBB&E because you're putting everything all together. Like my coffee drink. Let me finish the rest of this. This is delicious. I'll talk to you guys after lunch. Yum! Oh boy, I screwed up. I was putting away and cleaning up things after lunch, getting ready to do my video, and I realized I forgot to tell you guys about an ingredient that I added to my meatloaf. Not that I needed any more beef to it. I thought to use this as, for lack of a better word, breadcrumbs, something dry. And I put in Carnivore Crisps beef flour into the mixture. So I'm just having a gray hair moment. I have to go back to cleaning up the rest of the kitchen before the kitchen shuts down for 3 o'clock. I just want to close off the video before I just finished cleaning the kitchen, and I wanted to close off the video before 3 o'clock and actually put this in the can so that you guys are seeing it while it's probably still light outside. And I'm still enjoying my BBB&E coffee drink. I'll tell you one thing about, and I don't know if it's because I added a teaspoon of the gelatin, but this is thicker than the one that I made last time when I went to therapy and I was drinking it. This is thicker. So it's as though it tastes like a shake. It's that thick. Watch it. Now watch it go down the straw. And see, it's the anticipation from the old ketchup commercials. Boo. It's that thick. I will definitely do this again though because of the thickness, the shakiness, taste of it. It's really good. It's really good. I wanted to remind those of you again that haven't entered the contest about guessing how much weight will I lose at the end of BBB&E. Now, tomorrow is Sunday, so tomorrow's my weigh-in, so I'm not going to do it official until July 1st. So you have from now until July 1st to enter your guess. For example, one of my friends, she entered that I was going to lose to 23.4 pounds. Another one of my friends says I was going to lose 22.4 pounds. The only criteria for this contest is there can only be one winner. I have one set of spatulas to mail out to you guys. So the person that comes the closest to me using the 0.4 point whatever end and what I see on the scale, what I put onto that particular video, I will heart you when you win it. So if you look back on the video, and I'll make sure to include it at the end of this video, so you can click on to make sure that you guess what the weight will be. Look at the comments, make sure you don't duplicate anybody, and enter. On the 1st of July is when I will heart you and comment that you're the winner. And at that point in time, I will ask you for a telephone number or private message me or send me an email. We will correspond with each other so that I know where to send these to you. So that was it. Yeah, one huge thing for me this year doing BBB&E is first and foremost the fact that I lasted these many days. 28 days right now is incredible, because last year when I did it, I only did 10, and I opted out. I said, no more. This is boring. I'm hungry. Stupid. This year, I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone. Cindy, you guys know Cindy. Don't you know Cindy? Give me a thumbs up. If you know Cindy, thumb up this video. I was telling Cindy that I feel so invigorated this year because I'm coming up with recipes. Not just one, but 2 coffees. BB&E coffees that I invented. Or at least I think I invented it. I don't search the internet when I do recipes. I'm just in the kitchen putting stuff together, and I come up with what I come up with. I don't compare. I don't Pinterest. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm me. I'm Jerry. Like I said, I'm me. I'm Jerry. Back in the day, in my real estate days, I remember there was a big whoop-de-doo over my website, which was justjerry.com. And apparently, Jerry from Spice Girls, Jerry fame, her fans, wow, did they jump on me, because in their opinion, I refused to give up the website name of justjerry.com. I didn't refuse it because it's just me, just Jerry, hence the term. And in real estate, the term was essential because I would tell my clients and customers, when you're speaking about your transaction, I may have you go out with one of my assistants. I may have my secretary call you on the phone and speak to you about something. But when it comes to contractual matters, important matters, matters of client confidentiality, you're going to deal with me, just Jerry. And I used to, this will blow your minds, I used to charge 10% commission. I didn't charge the standard 6. I wasn't a discount broker that charged 2%, or some of the discount brokers that said, you know what? The standard commission in real estate is 6%, and I'm going to only charge you 3%. I'll give you a bonus. I'll give you a discount. I'll cut the commission of the big brokers, like Coldwell Banker, and only charge you 3%. Enter Jerry Griggs that comes and sits at people's tables, discusses the property and what I will do for them. Why aren't you going to charge me commission? 10%? Well, I can go with Coldwell Banker. I work for Coldwell Banker. Before I left the table, either we sign the contract or we don't. Freedom of choice. Everything is freedom and decisions that we have to make. And I'm going somewhere with this. I'm just talking about my real estate, reflecting back to the days before I retired. So you can certainly go with a standard broker that charges 6%. That's fine. And then when they said to me that they can go with the discount broker and pay 3% commission, I reminded them that on the internet, it says that the payout was 2.4. So that person is going to settle for a 0.6% commission. They're going to pay the selling broker 2.4 on the MLS, but they're going to settle and make 0.6. How hard are they going to work for you for 0.6% commission? And they think about it for a while. Well, I guess not that hard. Okay, and what about the 2% broker? They're going to put it on the internet as maybe a 1.0% commission. So people like me that's looking at all the MLS sheets and documents and looking at them, I'm going, oh, look at ABC Real Estate. They're paying 2.4 commission. Mr. and Mrs. Jones is buying a house. Okay, fine. I'll show them this property. Look at another one. 2.4 commission. I'll show them. This one's only paying 1.0. Nah, I won't show that to the customer. That's the kind of shenanigans that goes on in the industry. And if you don't believe me, ask a broker. They will prejudice it like that. They want to make big bucks. They don't want to make 1.0 on a deal that everybody else is paying 2.4. That's the standard in the industry, 2.4%. So, before they signed the paper, I had specifically written into all of my contracts that 10% commission is because I only deal with 10 clients at a time. Sometimes that's 5 buyers and 5 sellers. Sometimes it is 9 sellers and 1 buyer. It just depends. I have 10 fingers, meaning every finger is for every client. Every finger is for every customer. If I have any more than 10, what happens is it falls out of my hands. I lose control. I can't lose control. Your deal is just as important to you as it is to me. I also avail myself 24 hours around the clock to be able to help people with real estate transactions. Oh, sure, some may say, I'm available 24 hours. My team, this, that, and the other. Well, my team was me. I am your team. I am the person that's going to work for your best interests. In the contract, it said, if I personally sold your house, I brought in a buyer, you, the seller, will pay me 6% commission if I have a buyer, somebody that walks in off the street at an open house and says, I would like to buy this house. At that point in time, I disclose with that buyer. For those of you that know the real estate process, I'm just giving you a little bit of a glimpse. I will disclose to that buyer that my fiduciary duty lies with the person that owns this home, and I work for them. You will be my customer. If you want representation, someone to defend you and your best interests, please let me know now, because as it says in the Bible, you cannot serve 2 masters. I cannot serve a buyer and I cannot serve a seller. I have to be, in that case, neutral. I have to be Switzerland. But that's not what I'm here to discuss right now. I'm here to offer to you, whoever wants to can have with me a 10% consult. What you're experiencing, what you want to know about my journey, to be able to call me on the phone, deal with me one-on-one for free. Meaning, the only thing it's going to cost you is 10 minutes of your time and my time. You can ask me any questions in a 10-minute period, and I will speak with you. I just have to know who you are out there. And comment down below in this particular video if you're interested in something like this, that I can help you in 10 minutes for free. I cannot give you, by any stretch of the imagination, We'll talk about real estate again. I was licensed in the state of Wisconsin to speak on real estate and real estate matters. That was my licensure. I have since retired. That chapter in my life is closed. Enter this new chapter of my life, having done and succeeded twice with losing 163 pounds. Went from 363, want to get down to 199. Did it twice. We're going to go at it again. I want to get to 199, so your questions and your comments are going to come directly to me as it relates to you, and I will tell you what I did in my journey. So you're going to get information that way based on what I did for me. I will listen to you. If you speak in a manner that is above my jurisdiction, because I'm not a coach, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a medical profession, obviously I'm not a doctor. I know how to lose weight. I know how to lose weight so good that I lost 163 pounds twice. Should that be a badge of honor? I don't think so. It almost should be a little bit of an embarrassment, should it, to even sit here and tell this to you and saying, one moment. Oh, that was better. I was choking. I had to take a sip of the iced coffee. So, as I was saying, it should be kind of an embarrassment to go onto the World Wide Web and tell people, you know what? I lost weight so good that I lost it twice. I don't know. I have no words for that, how I even got into that predicament. I can double dog dare you and promise you that right now, I will not even second guess a moment in my life that a piece of cake will take precedent over my health, or a bite of a real chocolate bar is going to take a precedent over my health. I know that I am an addict. I know I don't have control. And I know that I am not going to lose 163 pounds for the third time. That ain't happening, because the second time was the definition of insanity, bottom line. So if you're interested, down below, just put the number 10. I will find a way to correspond with you. Whether you private message me, I just need to know if you're interested in 10 minutes of my time. You might just want to talk to me for 10 minutes, and that's cool too. Whatever it takes. But again, as a non-professional, if you're going to ask me professional questions, I'll have to turn you over to professionals, to doctors or to coaches or whoever the case may be. But I will not make a commission from that person. I'm just doing a referral. So that's it. The choice is up to you. Number 10. Enter number 10 down below, and we will talk. Guarantee we will talk. Thanks for listening to me today. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate you. On your way out, click the thumbs up. I know you clicked the thumbs up for Cindy. Thumbs up. Click the thumbs up for me now. Yay. Yay, Jerry. Enter your comment down below. And if you haven't already, please, by all means, subscribe. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow, Sunday. Go to church on Sunday. Cheers, everyone.